Hello YouTube, it's the Millennial Asset here, and being an accountant, there's literally nothing I enjoy more than talking about money, specifically financial literacy and ways that I can help people get their finances together. So that's what I want to do today. I wanted to come on here and give you all some tips on how we can get our money together in 2023. Listen, I know that we have been bouncing in and out of a recession and money's tight right now, but I feel like that is more reason for us to get our money together. One thing that I have learned is that people who are usually struggling with their finances usually fall into one of these two categories. Those of us who are really broke, which means that the career that you are currently in, you are not making enough money to pay for the cost of living today. And the other category is those of us that make enough money, but we are not in control of our money and we're just spending money like crazy. In order for you to make the first step to get your finances together, you have to be honest with yourself and figure out which one of those categories do you really fall into. Let's get into the steps. Step number one is you have to have a positive money mindset. If you're like me and you grew up in poverty or you grew up with parents who were really bad with money, you probably have a negative mindset around money. You probably have a mindset that there is not enough money out there, that you were probably just dealt a card in life that you were going to be poor. But trust me, that is not true. Take it from somebody who came from that type of situation. In order to change your mindset, you have to make a decision that after today, you are not going to go into tomorrow with the same negative mindset around money. It's literally almost that easy. The first step is that easy. Just change your mindset. Change the way you think. And there are ways that you can go about helping yourself do that. One is by saying positive money affirmations. Every morning, well, probably not every morning, a few mornings out of the week, I say affirmations. I get up and I say positive things surrounding my finances, my life in general. Because when you tell yourself something over and over again, you really start believing it and you start making the moves necessary to really live that lifestyle. Another thing you can do is make sure that you are surrounded by good influences. That can be the people you follow on social media, and that can be the people you consider mentors and friends. One thing that I did at the beginning of last year is I went through and did an audit of my social media accounts and made sure that the people that I was following were people that were going to help me create the life that I wanted to live. They were going to either give me different tips on saving money, making money, taxes. I was following different accountants, different entrepreneurs, people that are going to encourage me to be the person that I want to be. And that was somebody who was good with money. Another thing you have to remember when you are changing your mindset is we have to live our own life and we can't try to keep up with the Joneses. And what I mean by that is you can't sit here and watch other people's lives and be jealous of them or want to make this decisions to live the lifestyle that they are living. A lot of people, especially on social media, they're putting on a facade and they don't really live the lifestyle that they claim to live. A lot of them are in debt. And you don't want to be one of those people. You want to be able to get the things that you want because you made the right moves to get to that place. Step number two is you need to know what is the current state of your finances. That means you need to know what your credit score is. You need to know how much income you're bringing in every month. You need to know how many expenses are you paying every month. The reason you want to do this is because it lets you know where you're starting at and how much work you will have to do to get to where you want to be at. Listen, I know these credit companies, they blow up our phone. Just answer the call and figure out what it is that you can do to get on good terms with your creditors. Hire a credit repair specialist, somebody that you trust, that you know is not going to take advantage of you and that's going to really help you get your credit together. When it comes to figuring out how much money you are bringing in and spending out of your bank account, the best way to do that is to pull up your bank statements and literally go through line by line and highlight and categorize everything until you are at a good place of knowing what it is that you're bringing in and out of your account. And from what I experienced is that a lot of times when you're just swiping, you don't really know what's coming out of your bank account every month until you actually sit down and you do the work to actually read it. And trust me, once I did that the first time, I was very disgusted with myself because I'm like, girl, you buying a lot of fast food throughout the month. Get your life together. Tip number 3 is figure out what your money goals are. Is it that you want to pay off debt? Is it that you want to save? Is it that you want to buy a house? Or do you want to be able to take your family on a vacation? Whatever it is, your goals is going to help motivate you to get to where you need to be in your money journey. Whatever your goal is, make sure that the steps that you are making to get to your goals, you start small. So say an example, like say you want to start saving more. Make sure that you create goals that are obtainable. If you know you have never saved $10,000 in your life, it's probably not best for you to set your goal at $10,000. Make sure that you have proved to yourself that you can save at least $1,000 or $5,000. Give yourself smaller goals to be able to prepare yourself to get up to your bigger goals. If you know your goal is to buy a house, then like I mentioned, you need to be working on improving your credit. You need to be working on saving your down payment and your closing costs. You need to be working on getting your debt down, paying off credit cards. So knowing your goals will let you know the next step that you need to take in order to start this journey. Tip number 4 is to create a budget. One thing that I learned is a lot of people have negative thoughts around creating a budget because they feel like it restricts your spending. But that's not the way that you should think about a budget. A budget is a tool to help you get control of your money. It's a way for you to tell your money what it should do before it does what it's going to do. So for an example, once you do your audit of your bank account, you should know how much money you're bringing in and how much money is coming out. Then you can create a budget based off of the things that you know are going to come in and out of your bank account. Then that will give you more confidence that you have what you need to survive throughout the month. You know that if your goal is to save $100 this month, based off of your budget and your expenses, you should have the $100 to put towards your goal. Budgets are a good thing, guys, and I want you all to change your mindset around them. Budgets give you control. One thing that you should make sure that you're doing is make sure you're working your goals into your budget. That way, it motivates you every month when you know that you're putting something towards your goals or you're making moves towards your goals. It motivates you to want to, one, create your budget, and it motivates you to want to check in on your budget throughout the month. And that's important. Budgets are fluid. So you might create a budget at the beginning of the month and life happens. So you may need to adjust your budget. It's important for you to check in on your budget throughout the month so that you can adjust for any miscellaneous things that may have came out throughout the month. When you create a budget and you can see that you have enough money to pay all of your expenses, put your bills on auto pay. It just makes life so much easier, and it makes you feel like you're a grown-up, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, I can't wait to the point where I can get my bills on auto pay. If you know that what you're going to bring in this month is enough to pay your bills, put your bills on auto pay. It avoids you going into debt. It avoids you spending money that you don't have because you know that that money is going to be auto withdrawal. And tip number 5 is to make sure that you are continuing to educate yourself. The fact that you clicked on this video lets me know that you are interested in changing your financial status. That means that you are on YouTube searching the necessary topics around finances and building wealth and getting out of debt. That means that you are motivated to do what you need to do. So don't stop at YouTube. Google the topics that you want. Google has so much information. Like, you can learn anything you want off Google, and Google will sometimes refer you back to the YouTube videos. Make sure that you are reading books. Make sure that you are listening to podcasts. One thing that I have started to do is in the mornings on my way to work, I listen to podcasts surrounding the things that I want in my life, the self-improvement areas that I want. That can be building habits, that can be creating a budget or investing, that can be tricks and tips on how to save or credit card hack for vacation. And just FYI, all of those topics are things that I love talking about. So if you are interested in me creating a video surrounding any of those topics that I just mentioned, please leave it down in the comments. That was 5 tips that you can use right now this year to help get your finances together. Listen, don't wait. Let's start now. And if you have other tips that you would like to share, please leave them down in the comment section so that other people can learn more from the things that you know. And make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. Bye, guys.